Hello, magnificent human beings. Welcome to this class where we're going to seek to help to loosen up our backs, specifically our lower backs, and really going to just go through 6 different major poses. But obviously, this is wrapped into a full class, so there's going to be a lot more poses to really get into some of the surrounding areas so that it gives your back the best chance of actually releasing and relaxing and letting go. We're going to go through a few poses to loosen up the general stiffness there in your lower back, help with your SI joints, and then hopefully getting into your sciatic areas as well through the glutes, lower back area. Now, find yourself seated here on your mat, and we will get started. Simply close your eyes, maybe roll your shoulders back a little bit, and start connecting with your breath. Slow inhales in through your nose. Slow exhales out the nose. Slow inhales in. Slow exhales out. Keep breathing, relaxing, letting go. Allowing an intention to surface for your practice, something about being more flexible, more loose, a nice, happy, joyful lower back. When you have your intention, we're going to seal it with 3 big cleansing breaths. Inhale in through your nose. Exhale out the mouth. Inhale in through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Once more, big inhale in through the nose. Inhale, inhale, inhale a little more. And then sigh it out, let it go. Good. Opening up your eyes from your seated position here. Simply bring your feet together here for a butterfly pose, your bound angle. So just a few breaths. Relaxing through your hips. Breathe. Just allowing things to soften up. Again, it's nice to get into the neighboring areas before we get into the main sort of target trouble area of our lower back. So loosening up kind of through those inner thighs, our hips here, because everything's connected. So, the more breathing room you can give through those surrounding areas, the better chance those trouble areas like our back, lower back will have a chance of releasing. A couple more breaths. Good. From here, you can bring your legs together and then swing your legs on out. We're coming into a staff pose. So legs are just extended on out here. Put a bend in your knees. This will be nice on your lower back because we want to fold forward. So come on down, folding forward. Good. So you shouldn't really feel too much strain in your lower back. Trying to keep a nice flat back with your bent knees here. Maybe you can bring those heels out just a little bit farther, but you want to feel a little bit of a stretch there actually in your hamstrings. If your lower back feels fine, you can put your legs all the way down and, come forward, but whatever feels best for you, just holding flat back. Inhales create space through your spine. Exhales help you hinge forward at your hips. Good. And release. Good. Now taking that left foot, left leg, go ahead and cross it on over. So left leg crosses over, right elbow hugs that knee. And what we want to do here is just lean back a little bit and create a little length through your spine, trying to find a little bit of a stretch there through your glute area. So this is just a simple modified twist, but really what we're doing is trying to find a little bit of a stretch through our glute here. Again, trying to focus on releasing a little bit of those surrounding areas, giving our trouble area through our back, lower back, more space to let go and release. Good. And you can release, bring that leg on out, put another bend in your knees, and folding forward. Nice flat back. A few breaths here. Couple more. And release. Good. Okay, next side, we're going to take that right leg, cross it on over, and then it's your left elbow that hugs that knee in. Maybe a little bit of a twist here, but we really want to create space. Lengthen through our bodies. Good. Hugging that leg in helps to find that stretch there through your right glute over here. How's your breathing? And go ahead and release. Good. Bob your knees out, shake it out, move around. Another little bend in your knees, lengthen through your spine, folding forward. Good. Want to feel a little bit of a stretch there through your hamstrings. Getting your hamstrings to release is huge because hamstrings are such a long muscle, right? If we can get those to release, then it starts to give a little bit of a cue to the other parts in our body of, oh yeah, like this is what we're doing. We're releasing, we're relaxing, right? And release. Good. Okay, so from here, what we want to do is take those legs and swing them off to the left side. So kind of like you're slouching, right? Legs off to the left here. Both legs, not just one, both of them. I'm going to spin around here so you can kind of see things just a little bit better. Legs are off to the left side. Take that left hand and cross it over your body. Right hand, fingertips on the mat, your palm, fist, whatever you like, and lean back just a little bit. But really the goal is this sort of right pec here. We want to reach that toward the sky. So we're kind of bending over to the left, if that makes sense. Just aiming for a deep stretch kind of around that right hip area. This is Bharadvaja's twist. This is really the first pose that's good for, well, a lot of poses are good for your back and your lower back in yoga, but this is one of the ones we're highlighting today because it helps to create space in the SI joint. Kind of lets us do that one at a time. So remember, lifting that pec towards the sky. Good. Deep breath way down. Keep breathing. And very, very slowly release, switching sides. So you'll just take those legs and swing them around to the opposite side here, however you like. Good. So legs are swung out to the right. Right hand crosses over, grabs for the opposite side of that leg. Left hand on the mat. And then now we want to take that left pec, and it's like we're reaching it towards the sky. We're not raising our shoulder up, but just more kind of the pec collarbone area. Hopefully lets you feel a little bit of a stretch there down toward that left hip. Good. Breathe. Keep with your breath. And slowly, slowly soften. Good. From here, just swing your legs on out. Good. Back into that staff pose. Next posture to help kind of create a little space in our SI joints there. We're going to take that left foot, plant it down flat on the mat. And then both hands will reach forward, grab for your leg. This left knee here, allow it to fall out just a little bit. Not super far, but just a little bit. Left palm on the mat. So if you're right here, then that's okay. But what we want to do is as we lean forward, we want to pull this leg backward by pushing it back with our left arm. So you're leaning forward, but at the same time, gently pushing that left leg backward. Good. And if you can get this pose just right, you'll start to feel a little bit of an opening there on the left side of your sacrum area, that sort of left SI joint there. Deep breath. Breathe. Stay with it. Inhales in through your nose. Exhales out your nose. And soften, release. Good. We're going to switch sides. So bring that right foot on in. Again, right leg will fall out just a little bit. Both hands reach forward, but you take your right hand, place it palm down on the mat, and then you use that right arm to gently push that right leg back a little bit as you lean forward. So it's kind of like right leg goes back, torso goes forward, and take your time. You might not come very far, but the more you gently push that right leg back, the more you'll feel that gentle opening there, kind of around that right SI joint. Breathe. Few more breaths, you got it. And soften, release. Good. Can bob your knees, move things around. Swing your legs around. We're coming into a tabletop. So here in your tabletop, we're going to do our cat-cows to loosen things up. Gently drop your belly. Eye gaze left on an inhale for your cat pose or your cow pose, and then you round for cat, gently pushing the earth away. Good. Inhale for your cow. Exhale, cat. Being gentle with your spine, slowly warming, waking things up there. Few more breaths at your own pace. Keep going. So we worked on our opening up our SI joints a little bit. Now we're going to work on kind of decompressing that lower part of our spine. From your tabletop, take that left foot, bring it forward, base of a modified lunge. Bring your hands up onto your hips. Good. And then lean back just a little bit. So holding here. And then as you're leaning back, you might feel a little bit of a stretch in this front part of your hip here. That's exactly what we're after. So hold, breathe, still leaning back. And this is really nice because releasing your hip flexors here helps to take tension off of your lower back, because some of those muscles go in and attach all the way at the base of your spine. So we want to really stretch, release through the right front part of your hip there. Good. Coming on down, palms on the mat, and then come back briefly into that tabletop. You can wag it out, move around. We'll do the opposite side. Right foot comes forward and hands on your hips here. Same thing as before, gently leaning back just a little bit. And as you lean back, hopefully you find that stretch in that front right part of your hip here. How's your breathing? Good. And go ahead and bring your palms down to the mat. Bring that leg back, tabletop. From here, coming into a brief downward facing dog. Good. You can pedal out your feet, just move things around, getting loose. Maybe lift your heels off the mat a little bit, put a bend in your knees, raise that tailbone towards the sky, getting a nice big deep stretch throughout the entirety of your back. Weight shifts forward into plank, and you can always drop down to your knees if you like, but ultimately we're just going to come to lay all the way down on the mat. Good. From here, we're going to do our Sphinx Pose, our forearm trick. So coming on to your forearms, and it's not about having a back bend. Rather, bring yourself a little bit closer to the mat, and then that forearm flesh gently pulls on the mat. So it's almost like your pubic bone is sliding on the mat just a tiny bit. Deep breath here, creating some space there through your lower back. Deep breathing. Good. Very, very slowly, gently pushing yourself back all the way into a child's pose. You can even have your knees separated if you like, if that feels better. Knees together, doesn't matter. Just gently push yourself all the way back. Good. Breathe. And wait. We'll come forward here, back into your tabletop. All right, now let's take that right foot, bring it forward, base of a lunge, but we want to inch that right foot forward, forward, forward. So we're coming into a real deep lunge here and then sinking down into your hips. So maybe you're on your fingertips here, your fists, whatever feels nice for you, but we want to find a deep stretch there, again, through that left hip flexor here. Good. So as deep of a lunge here as you can safely do. Focus on your breath. Keep breathing. And good. Coming back, we're going to switch sides. So left foot comes up into the base of a lunge, and then inch that left foot forward, forward, forward. So you're in a nice deep lunge here. You can be on your fingertips, your fists, whatever you wish, just as long as feel a little bit of stretch there through that right front part of your hip. Maybe close your eyes. 3 slow breaths. And coming back into that tabletop. From your tabletop, brief downward facing dog. Raise your heels off the mat, little bend in your knees, tailbone toward the sky. Good. Weight shifts forward into plank, but ultimately we're just going to lower all the way down to the mat, and then bringing your forearms onto the mat here for the base of that Sphinx pose, but using our forearms to help create a little decompression there through our lower back. So gently, forearm flesh kind of pulling on the mat. Breathe. Couple more breaths. And real slow, pushing yourself back. Gently take your time here, because we're kind of going into an opposite style stretch here, coming back into that child's pose. Good. Couple slow breaths. And back to neutral. Good work. Tuck your toes. Brief downward facing dog. Pedal things out. Move around. All right. Now let's take that left knee and bring it all the way up into the base of your pigeon pose. So if your butt can't sit all the way down, that's fine. Maybe you grab a blanket or a block to put underneath your glute here. That's okay. But the most important thing here is not having that knee far out. You want that knee directly in line with your hip here, because that's going to help to get that stretch there through your glute where we really want it. And then take your time. You can fold on down, coming all the way down onto your forearms, or just staying upright here. That's fine as well. But wherever you are, few slow, deep breaths. Pigeon pose is really good for helping to release one of the areas related to that sciatic nerve pressure. So it kind of helps to get into our glute there, helps to loosen up a little bit through your lower back as well, because the sciatic nerve is runs through such a large part of your body, for your lower back, through your hips, through your glute, all the way down your leg. But this helps to allow us to get into that, a lot of the areas there that it runs along on the left side of our bodies. So a few more breaths, release, relax. So we just did some poses there to help with that decompression of our lower back, those deeper lunges and the forearm trick in your Sphinx Pose. Switching gears now here into helping to release hopefully some sciatic nerve pressure. From your pigeon, peeling yourself up off the mat. Tuck your back toes and come on back into your downward facing dog. Good. Pedal it out, move around, getting loose. We're going to do the next side. Right knee comes on up. You can untuck your back toes. Again, pay attention to what this right knee is doing here. You don't want it too far out. You really want it coming straight down from your hip. And how far you swing this front leg out is totally up to you. Just wherever is a good position so you actually feel a little bit of a stretch, but it's not too intense, right? So if you're all lined up here, then you can come down to whatever point is comfortable for you. Forearms laying all the way down, staying upright, doesn't matter. As long as you feel a little bit of stretch there through your kind of glute, hip area. That's what we're aiming for. Deep breath here. Close your eyes. Really relaxing. Slow, deep inhales in through your nose. Slow, relaxing exhales out your nose. Couple more, letting go. Maybe even a couple more, just relax. We're here for a little bit on the other side, so I want to be roughly the same amount of time here on this right side. Then as you like, you can tuck your back toes and gently come on back all the way into a downward facing dog. Good. Pedal it out. Move around. Excellent. All right. So coming down on to your knees here. We want to be in that tabletop position. Bring your knees together. And we're going to take that left knee, left leg, and swing it on around. So you kind of want to bring the armpit of that left knee and shore it up with your right knee, if that makes sense. So just basically crossing your legs, and then separate your feet a little bit. So you don't want them too close together. You want them to be separated just a little. And then start poking your butt backward. And you should start to feel a stretch there through your kind of glutes, lower back. So we're poking our bottom backward. Good. You can hold here, or you can come down to your forearms, wherever you like. If you can comfortably sit all the way down and sit your glutes in between your feet, then that's okay. Just doing whatever feels best on your knees. So poking that butt back, breathe. And this is really good. One of the best poses, in my opinion, for sciatic stuff, because it helps to release through your glutes. It helps to create space through kind of SI joint area, as well as create space there in the lower part of your back, those lower vertebrae. So this is why we're doing this one last. A little bit of a pretzel-y type pose, but it really is good to help release and loosen up everything. Slowly coming forward and then switching things out here. So back into tabletop. You can maybe shake out your legs if you want. Bring your knees together, and then we're going to take that right knee, bring it over, cross it over, separate your feet behind you just a tiny bit, and then start poking your butt backward. Take your time. You don't have to go fast. You'll start to feel a little bit of some loosening, maybe through your glutes, maybe the outside of your hip there, whatever feels best for you. You can come down to your forearms, then that's good too, but just gently poking your butt backward. Excellent. Good. And if you can come this close to the mat, that's not the goal, right? Really, the goal is that feeling of just poking your butt backward there. Sometimes you have to reposition your legs because it kind of feels weird, but all right. And from here, coming forward, back into tabletop. Excellent. Shake it out, move around, and coming into that seated position. Good work on your class today. Maybe just a few more breaths here to bring yourself back to center. Good. If you want to take a Shavasana, laying down on the mat, relaxing, feel free to. Otherwise, thank you so much for coming along this journey with me. I hope this has helped to loosen up through your lower back. Always a good time to do this class, especially before bed, because it really helps you to get ahead of some of those issues and stuff, help you sleep a little bit better as well. But really, whenever you have time for it in your day is also good. Thank you again, and I'll see you in a class soon. Take care and namaste.